Hi guys, I'm Olivia and I'm here for a slightly different episode of Mobuzz TV. I'm at the Teatro Lara in Madrid for a Facebook developer garage. The event's been organised by Martin Vasavsky from FON, so I figure the best way to find out about it is to go and speak to Martin. Let's go find him. Okay, hi, so I'm with Martin at the Facebook application garage, and we've seen a lot of applications today, but you put a special emphasis on them being in Spanish and that you want to translate the applications. Why is it so important?
Well, I think that a lot of people who live in Silicon Valley are confused because they see that over 50% of the people who actually work in Silicon Valley are foreigners, and they all speak English, so they have this wrong idea that then all foreigners must speak English, but they actually forget that they do in Silicon Valley. Yeah. So when I had meetings with the guys at Facebook, but even with other people like my partners at FON, Google is my investor, I had a lot of meetings, and Google was a very early believer in translation, right? But YouTube, for example, was not translated initially, was only in English. And I met with Chad early on when he started YouTube. I said, you must translate YouTube in Spanish, you know, and with the Facebook guys, it was the same thing. But the Facebook guys did it in a very original way because they invented this system of collaborative translations where different people translate and then others vote as to the best translations, and that worked very well.
They use their users as such. Yeah. Okay, but you've launched, I think today is it your new thing, what's it called, Twixr? How do you pronounce
Twitxr,
it?
Twitxr.
Twixr?
Yeah, Twitxr.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is
because of picture, right? It's a Twitxr.
Okay,
right,
and could you explain to Mobuzz viewers what it is exactly?
The idea really, and I have an iPhone here, so I'll show you with the iPhone. The idea is that when you are tweeting, all you're doing is telling people what you're doing. But when you're twitching, you actually take a picture. It's geolocalized because the cell carriers tell you where you are. So you're telling them what you're doing, you're showing a picture of what you're doing, and you're saying where you're doing it. Yeah. So it's actually an improvement, I would say, over Twitter. But if you just want to send text, then it's just okay to go on with Twitter because Twitxr posts in your Twitter. So it's a sort of a better way to tweet. You twitch.
Nicely put. One last thing, just to tie the two together, with like microblogging things and social networking things like Twitter and Twitxr, do you think it's necessarily important to translate them, or is that okay just to stay in English?
Well, I think the users translate in the sense that Twitter is the kind of application that when you go to the public timeline, you see that actually
in Chinese,
every language, right? Yeah. Because at Twitter, they don't have that problem because, they could change a few things, but really it's the users who generate their language.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Martin.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, just because I'm not in the studio doesn't mean I'm going to keep you in the dark about all the things going on in the world of tech. So I've got a couple of bits of news for you today on a Tuesday. Okay guys, first up, it's been all over the news. Apparently HD DVD is dead, which is great for its main competitor, Blu-ray disc, but not so good for people like Microsoft because apparently you can get an add-on player for the Xbox 360. Although there have been rumors that Microsoft are going to release a Blu-ray disc add-on player. We're not sure. We'll let you know. And one last quick bit of news. This has just come in. At last look, it looks like Harvard Graduate School has had their website majorly hacked into, as in a lot of the information is now available on BitTorrent. We're not sure exactly what's happened. However, it could look like it could be a bigger cock-up than the data loss in the UK. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm Olivia here at the Teatro Lara in Madrid, and I'll see you tomorrow.